Hi, I'm David Bailey, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and three principles practitioner. And I'm doing an interview today with a former client. The purpose of this interview is really to give people an understanding of what it is, what it's like to come for a hypnotherapy session, what that process is like, and the sort of changes that are possible. So I'd like to introduce Ivona, who's here, and thanks for giving up your time to do this interview.
Hi.
Hi. So to begin with, perhaps if you can let everybody know what it is that you actually came, what it is that you wanted to get out of the sessions, what was the kind of problems you were having, and how long they had been an issue for you.
Well, my biggest issue was stress and anxiety. And I had this problem basically since I went to high school and since I started to have my first examinations and presentations and things like that. And then in connection with this, I have a lot of internal issues, family issues that were affecting the state of being okay for me and also my health. What I have tried before it's hard to say because I didn't think that counseling would help me, and nor like talking to people or to friends about it, because when something like this happened and I was worried nothing would help me, nobody telling me that this would be okay or that, you know, having an exam is not gonna kill me or things like that would help me. So then I basically heard about the hypnotherapy, and I realized that this is just something probably inside my head. And as hypnotherapy is dealing with this, I decided just to contact David.
So you'd been suffering from stress and anxiety around exams for quite a long time.
Yeah, for quite a long time, yeah.
And had it actually affected your performance in those exams or at school or university? Or?
Yeah, well, especially at the university, when the exam was like really important, for example, my school leaving exams, I was so stressed that I had blackouts and I basically couldn't remember anything during the exam, which was like a big red light for me that maybe I should do something about it, because when I was having my master's leaving exams, I didn't want to have the same thing. And I had the feeling that I was getting like really, really stressed and that it could happen to me. So I wanted to avoid this.
Yeah, that's quite a severe reaction. Yeah.
Yes. I just didn't know how to deal with it because basically I was waking up already stressed and I couldn't fall asleep because I was stressed. So that's why.
Right. And what was your expectations of hypnotherapy or the kind of work I was doing before? Had you been to anything like that before, or did you have any expectations of what working together would be like?
Well, to be really honest, I didn't have any expectations because really trying, like everybody said, or not relaxed, try relaxation or things like that. So I was listening to a couple of relaxation videos on YouTube and trying to relax myself, but I just couldn't really concentrate on guy telling me to imagine myself somewhere in the forest, and feeling the calmness in myself. So I didn't really expect that much from hypnotherapy. I just thought that it could be a way how to deal with it. And there was actually an opportunity to try via SOAS, via my university. So then I was like, okay, why not? Maybe it's different. And maybe this is what is going to help me. If somebody is going to be there with me in the room and will tell me exactly what to do. And then that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. It's very difficult to try and make yourself relaxed. It's kind of a little bit of a paradox.
Yeah.
And so what, if you could describe what your experience of the process of actually coming to see me and working together, what was that like for you?
Well, I think it was really good because I didn't know what to expect from the beginning. Because even if I have seen like some hypnotherapy videos before, it was, you know, a guy putting a lady into hypnosis in front of many people, and I really didn't know like what to imagine. But then I came to see do with me in the hypnotherapy process. And during the whole treatment, kept contacting me with emails about what I'm doing, how am I progressing. They kept sending me, so it was really good.
Cool. Hey, Ivana, the internet connection really cut out then, and I couldn't hear actually what you were saying. I'm sure it was amazing what you said. I couldn't actually. So, would you mind repeating that? I know you've already said it once.
Yeah, okay. So is that a point you want me to repeat it from, or just everything?
Well, pretty much from the start, it just, kind of went a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I said that I didn't really know what to expect in the beginning, but what really was like a turning point for me is when I came to see you.
Mm-hmm.
And we were always starting with the conversation. And what was really important for me is that I told you about the issue that I have, and you asked me, how do I feel about it? Which is like, I have actually never thought about how do I feel about it. I have just seen it as a problem and as something that is affecting me, but never thought about the feelings it was giving me. And there was like the conversations, and then you always explain to me what is gonna happen, like for example that you're gonna hypnotize me, how exactly, what is the process, what does it mean for me, and basically there was a session, and then during the whole treatment you what changed, what didn't change, if I want to meet or Skype or call or whatever. And what was also helpful were the recordings you sent me, because you sent me 2 of them. One was like a general hypnosis relaxation, and then the other one was before the exams, which was made especially to calm me down and to have the best performance.
Yeah, it's a collaboration. It's not really me just talking at you. And I think sometimes people have an idea that they're just going to come in and be very passive and not actually engage or participate. But like anything, the more you engage with the process, the more you get out of it. And the majority, like I'd say 80% of the session is actually having a conversation like we're having now. And not like you with your eyes closed and me talking at you. It's more conversational and helping you to understand yourself a little bit more. Yeah.
Because I don't know, I have never been to a normal counseling, but according to the knowledge I have, it's a bit different because you are trying to, like, you are talking to another person about your problems. And in this case, you are basically trying to explain to me how can I understand what is happening, and that basically, for example, to understand why some people did some things that, according to my opinion, were, for example, not right, or why are certain situations giving me the feelings that they do, and what can I do not to be affected that much by this. So that was quite important.
Yeah, definitely. It's because it's the whole purpose. It's not just that you feel good within the session. Of course, that's nice, but it's more what happens outside of the session. That's the bigger point. And by having those insights or having a different understanding, it's more likely that you actually get some results rather than you just feel great for an hour or something, go out and it's bad again.
Yeah, definitely.
And how have things been since, because we worked together about 3 months ago, and
already, wow.
yeah, it was about 3 months. Was it 3? Because we did 2 sessions. They were about a month apart.
Yeah,
and,
it was before my exams, which were in May. So
yeah, in May. Okay, yeah. So how's it been since? How did the exams go? How have things been since, and how was that different to how the things were beforehand?
Well, concerning the school, which was my biggest issue basically, and the exams, I really was trying to keep myself calm, which actually I did pretty well, because like 1 week before the exams I would be already completely stressed. Probably wouldn't sleep, wouldn't eat, But this time I was like, for example, my mom was asking me, how do you feel? I was like, I don't feel anything, it's not that I don't care, but I have a feeling that I did anything I could.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go and write the exam, and then we'll see what's gonna happen. And also, like, when I came to the examination, there were people already stressing out in front of the room, and I just came there and sat, and I was like, why are you stressing out? I mean, we've been studying for 2 or 3 months, so there is something in your head, so you're gonna write something on the paper. And in the recording that you sent me, and I think also during the session you told me that I'm just gonna come to the examination room, and then I will be really impatient to get in and just to write everything I know on the paper, and I will feel calm and confident, and that's basically what really happened without me even realizing it. I mean, I was a little bit stressed, but definitely not as much as before during the exam.
Yeah.
And I came and I sat down, and I literally was really impatient to turn that paper and just write everything and leave the room, So I still don't have the results from the exams, but I have this feeling that I really did what I could, and whatever the result's gonna be, I can't affect it anymore.
No, of course not. Cool.
So that's the biggest progress. And then another progress that I actually see on myself is that every time I'm talking to someone and his reactions are making me angry, before I try to react, I calm myself down and think about, why is this person telling this to me, or offending me, or shouting at me? And then I either do not attack back, or just start to laugh and let it be, and move to another, topic, or like I ask, well, okay, are you finished now? Can we move to another thing? Which is a bit different to what I was before, because especially in the argument, I was really attacker. Like if somebody would attack me, I would keep attacking till I win, basically.
Yeah.
So now I feel like there is no point in doing these things anymore, because afterward I am angry, I am upset, and it's just because this person made me feel this way, not because I want to feel like that. So why should I,
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So that's another thing.
That's very good. And like you were saying, when you're in the exam, and even when if you're in an argument or a dispute, when you have a lot on your mind, it's very difficult to get anything from it. And having that, being able to slow things down so that you're not immediately had by your thinking, so that you actually have a choice or an awareness of what's going on. That's a huge difference and a big progress that you've made there.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. And it's cool because when people get stressed or anxious, they feel like they don't have any options. There isn't a choice. They don't have any flexibility in the situation, and it feels like the situation's making them, or the person is making them upset. But from what you said, that you're having a few more insights about how you're thinking, how the way you show up is affecting how you feel, and that's a big deal, because a lot of people live in reaction, like this happens and so I feel this, and this happens so I feel that. But when you can have a different relationship towards your thinking and yourself, there's a lot more possibility of actually being happier. Yeah.
I think it's one of the most important things to realize, that it's not person or situation or whatever making you feel anything. It's just you that you are making yourself to feel these feelings. And as you are doing it, you can stop it. You can change it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite, it's interesting, because I remember I heard this some years back before I kind of got interested in this thing, and it just sounded so far out. I couldn't comprehend that. What do you mean it's me that's making me feel like this? And it's done in all innocence. It's not when you say that, or when we talk about that, it's not in a sort of blame game. It's your fault. It's more an innocent misunderstanding of how we process emotions, of how our thoughts affect the way we feel. Yeah. Well, I'm really happy that you're getting on so well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be able to without you, though.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I think you're very open and engaged. You weren't expecting me to fix you. You were very open-minded about the whole sessions, and willing to take responsibility and really listen with an open mind. So that makes a big difference, because it's not, as I was saying, it's a very dynamic process, and it's not I can't fix anybody, because to be honest, like, nobody's broken. It's not, when we give these labels like stress or depression, they're not permanent things. It's a thought construct and a misunderstanding people have got caught into. So it's not like fixing somebody, it's simply helping them have a different relationship to their thinking. And when you're open to it, like you were, then you can get good results.
Yeah, Well, nobody can fix you, can even help you to change things, but it's you. And I think it's the same with illness or anything else. Like any kind of doctor can try to help you, but the biggest part is always up to you.
Definitely, yeah.
So it was definitely a good experience, and also it was educational as well. And according to basically education and knowledge you gave me, I was able to try to apply it to myself and make it work, and then together to make some difference. But you can't definitely fix anyone or help somebody who doesn't want it. So
yeah, it's all about creating an environment where change is most likely to happen, and helping point someone in a direction which is the natural way we as humans, with our minds, our thoughts, and our consciousness. It's how we work as human beings. So it's really helping you become aware of that, and maybe update some old thinking, and let go of some ideas that perhaps weren't really serving you in the first place. So what would you say, because maybe some people watching this, and I know in my own experience, that sometimes people have an idea they want to get help, or they're curious about maybe coming to see me or a different therapist, and perhaps they're a bit nervous or they have some reservations. What would you say to anybody that is considering coming to see me or someone else to getting help with stress or anxiety or something along that line?
Well, I think there is absolutely nothing wrong to try to seek the help and try to improve your life. If you know that you have a problem, and if you know you have a certain problem, but also if you just feel that something is not right and you don't know what exactly is happening. Because I think that people really struggle to talk about these things because they think nobody is listening. And when they just have to pay for a doctor or anyone to listen to them, then it's completely bad. Well, I don't really think so, because you are not judging anyone or not doing anything harmless. So the only thing that can happen is that it's going to help you to see someone and to basically think about things in a different way than like if you're talking to a friend and you tell him that something happened and he would tell you, oh, I'm sorry that it happened, it's just gonna pass and blah blah blah, things like that. But you just address different questions that make you feel and think about the situation in a different way, which is, I believe, really important.
Yes.
So I think everyone should try it, and then you can try once, and if it's not good for you or you don't like the person or whatever, you don't have to come again. That's another thing.
Yeah, there's no.
So I think it's definitely worth trying.
Yeah. Well, great. Yeah, and if is there anything else you wanted to say, Ivona?
I think I did, but I forgot.
Cool. That's good. So yeah, I was going to say, if anybody is interested in having sessions or asking any questions, there'd be my contact details below the video, and I'm happy to have a conversation before you decide if this is something that could help you. So yeah, my email's below. Get in touch, and I'll be happy to talk. And thank you for your time, Ivona. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much as well. No problem.